Hi there. Welcome to our video tutorial on how to schedule a volunteer in your Lambs List account. Once you've created departments and assigned your volunteers to their respective departments, you can begin by mousing over the Maintenance tab and then selecting Volunteer Scheduling. The first step you'll need to do is going to be selecting a department from the drop-down screen. Now, the departments again are going to be separated in room-based departments and service-based departments. Now again, the difference between the room-based departments is going to be that in a room-based department you will be scheduling a volunteer for a specific room, whereas a service-based department you're going to just be scheduling a volunteer for that service. To start, we're going to go ahead and take a look at our room-based department, the Children's Ministry. And what you'll notice as we pull up the Children's Ministry scheduling screen is the services, any service for the next 7 days is going to be listed on that screen. Now, if you were needing to schedule for dates that are not within that 7-day window, what you can do is you can come up to the top and select the calendar and then just find the time frame that you were looking for. You can select that date and it will provide you with the next 7 days from that date. But today we're going to go ahead and start with today's date, Monday, March 17th. You'll notice that above each of the services it does provide you with the day of the week and the date that that service is going to take place on. It'll give you the name of the service and then also the time that that service is set to activate. You'll also notice, going from left to right, that the status of the volunteers that you have assigned to that service is going to be listed. So you'll notice that the attended, confirmed, rejected, pending, and unsent. And these categories will make a little bit more sense once we've completed the tutorial. But those will be listed. Obviously, we haven't assigned anyone to the service yet. So what we'll do first to begin scheduling volunteers into the Children's Ministry is we're going to select the View Rooms option. Again, this is going to be a room-based department, so we will be able to see all of the rooms and we'll be able to assign volunteers to those rooms. Once we've selected View Rooms, what we're going to see are the rooms, and we'll be able to assign a volunteer to each specific room by selecting the Assign Volunteers option. Once we've selected Assign Volunteers, what's going to happen is we're going to see a list of all of the volunteers that are within the children's department. Now, typically what you'll see here from left to right is going to be the name of the volunteer, the last time that that person volunteered, and then their status. Now you'll notice that there's no history for any of the volunteers. Obviously, we have not assigned them or had them check into anything as of yet. But as you go through your services on a weekly basis, that information will be filled in. The way to go ahead and start assigning volunteers, like for, let's say, Betty Jones, if we wanted Betty to be the volunteer for the nursery room during this service, what we would do is we would mouse over Available, and that changes to Add to Schedule. All you'll need to do is click on that button, and that will change from Available to Unsent. What that simply means is that they have not received an email yet. You've actually not sent one out requesting their attendance for that service. Once you've completed selecting the individuals that you would like to have available for that room, you can click the Done, go back to the schedule, and that brings you back to the room listings. You'll notice now that Betty is listed underneath the nursery. It provides you with her email address, also gives you the ability to text her or email her if you had any questions, and it shows you the status for this current service. Now we'll go ahead and go into toddlers and elementary as well. I'm going to go ahead and put Mary and her child Scooter, her son Scooter, assign them to the toddlers class for this same service, and then we'll go into the elementary school and we're going to assign Christina Anderson to the elementary classroom. Now, once we've completed assigning volunteers to the classes, what you'll notice, as we stated before, it does list the individual's information, but you'll notice here under Christina Anderson that it does say invalid for the email. What this simply means is that there's not a valid email address within Christina's account in order to be able to send her a request to work that during that service. So you will need to make sure that the email addresses are listed in their individual account. If you needed to go ahead and schedule or put one in, you can just select Christina's name and that will take you to her account and you'll be able to enter that information. For the rest of them, what you'll next need to do is going to be sending them the request to volunteer. So what you'll do is come down to the bottom of the screen and you'll select email request to volunteers. Now what you'll notice once you've done this is that their status is going to change. Now previously it was showing unsent like Christina's is now, but since we've sent off the email, now it's gone from unsent to pending. And what that simply means is that the volunteer has received the email, but they have not yet made a decision whether or not they're going to be able to work at this service or not. Now, to give you an idea as to what the email is going to look like, we'll go ahead and open up Betty Jones's email, and what you'll see here is it just simply says your assistance has been requested for the upcoming service, provides them with the service, the date, the time that the service is going to take place, and the department they'll be serving in. The only thing that they will need to do is either select yes, count me in, or sorry, I'm not available. Now if they select yes, count me in, the screen that's going to be provided to them is going to be one that says volunteer assignment has been accepted, and then it's just going to confirm the information that's provided. Now if for some reason they accidentally selected yes and they actually meant no, they can select no, I'm actually not available, and what that will do is it will change it to volunteer assignment has been declined. Now we do want to show you what it looks like if they've been accepted, so I'm going to go ahead and go back and say yes, I was available, and then we can go ahead and return to our room screen for the Sunday first service, and what you'll notice is we'll go back up to the top, select Children's Ministry. Again, this will provide us with the services for the next 7 days, and you'll notice now that there is one that's confirmed, there are 2 pending, and there is 1 that is unsent. Now as I stated, there is a slight difference between the room-based departments and the service-based departments. Again, the service-based departments would be ones like the greeters, ushers, prayer team, and so let's go ahead and select prayer team, and again you'll see the next 7 days are going to be listed. And the one difference again with the service-based rooms or departments is going to be that you don't have to actually assign them the volunteers to a specific room. So we'll select view schedule, and this will provide us with, again, showing us a prayer team, the time that it's going to be occurring at. And then we can go ahead and select assign volunteers. What this will do is it'll list out any of the volunteers that are listed in that department. Now you will notice with Betty, Betty's been assigned to 2 different departments. She can be checked in or requested to work in 2 different departments for the same service. Typically this is going to be something that would happen maybe with a greeters where she's working before service and maybe the prayer team after service, but she is eligible to work in both departments during one service. And so what we'll do is we'll go ahead and schedule Frank and Mary Smith. Mary has the same situation as Betty. And then we'll click on Done, go back. And again, we'll send off the email requests to the volunteers. It'll show you that the status now is pending. And we can go back to the prayer team, and we'll see that we have 2 pending for Monday, March 17th, the Sunday first service. Now, the next thing that you'll need to do once you've got your volunteers scheduled is just wait for the service to become active, and then you'll be able to start checking them in. This concludes our video tutorial on how to schedule a volunteer in your Lambs List account.